Happy new moon. Whew, get that one in. Whoa, ho, ho. How awesome is that? Happy new moon of hope. What an incredible opportunity we have to have a brand new frequency on the planet. There you go. It is so awesome. Good morning. I am happy to see each and every one of you. Good morning. Good morning. This morning we're going to be talking about higher self. I don't know about you, but I am very excited to talk about higher self. I love that stuff. I love that we all now have more awareness that we are a soul, we are a higher self, we are a true self, we are our I am presence, that we are this divine being having an experience here on planet Earth. Yay to all of that. Yay to people starting to realize that they don't make mistakes, that everything is a healing and a teaching opportunity. And every time I hear about somebody else out there, somebody on Instagram, somebody on YouTube, anywhere, talking about this, I get really excited now. I'm like, yay, more and more people are talking about it. So, my name is Bonnie Sachs. I do these Sunday morning lives every Sunday at 9:30 Eastern Time. And when I first started doing these, I was having a whole bunch of like, what? What are we doing? How are we doing this? What is it? And now I just absolutely love this time to sit and chat with you all. I love it even more now because I feel like I have more access to my own information, and so I get to pass that on to you all. And this is just me going through the same stuff each and every one of you is going through, just me hopping on live and talking about it so we all have more awareness. So good morning, Jill and Eileen and Nicole and David. Donna, it is wonderful to see each and every one of you this morning. We are talking about our higher selves, and if you guys want to share something, if you have something show up for you, if you're like, would like a healing on something related to your higher self, it might not even be related to your higher self, please, please, please feel free to put it in the chat, because there is so much available to us. I love that I have that awareness. So, higher self. Who is aware that they have a higher self? I am. Took me a long time to start to trust that I have a higher self. I have friends who feel like they are so more intimately connected to who they are in truth, to their divine self, than I do. But what I've discovered is that's just more of the stuff for me to heal. It's more of the stuff that gets in the way of me knowing who I really am. So here's some points. I was like, yo, soul, give me some information. How many of you feel like you have a connection with your higher self? Sometimes. How many of you feel like you're always connected? Yeah, not me. Not me. And in truth, you know, our higher selves do not sit in our bodies. Our higher selves have no interest in being in the body. Our higher selves are busy, you know, communicating with us from out there. They're busy doing other things, right? Nicole, I love that you bring that up. When you're talking to your family and you're like, yeah, I'm a no. And your family goes, what do you mean you're a no? I'm like, oh, well, I mean, like, I checked in and I'm not doing that. And yeah, big healings to all of our family, to all of our friends who sometimes think that we're just a tad bit odd. But We're not. We just know we're checking in. Yeah, Eileen, I love that. Yeah, sometimes I think my soul is on vacation. I mostly think my soul is on vacation. My soul is so busy doing other things that, he really just believes that you got this. Go ahead. Just go ahead and do what... Go ahead and do what you want to do. It's a teaching, it's a learning, yeah. Every once in a while on the call, I do get a no. Here's my example for the day. So one of the things we want to do is check in with our higher selves, right? When we get more used to the idea that we are a higher self, that we are always divinely guided, we can start checking in with our higher selves. So to whatever degree works for you. Some of us are just getting started and they're like, okay, well, I'll check in about whether I'm going to that party or whether I'm creating that program, but I don't need to check in about going to the grocery store or what I'm buying at the grocery store. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, I'll make my list and I'll do that. And each of us checks in to whatever degree we're comfortable with. I find myself checking in about what I'm doing next a lot more than I did a few months ago, a few years ago, right? I now check in the morning. Well, what am I doing today? Am I working on that project? Am I doing this thing? Am I going shopping? And believe me, I have had many times in the last few weeks that I have said, like, could I just go to the store and buy this one thing? And I'm like, nope. I get a very clear no. There's more important things to do. Okay, I'm going to trust that it's perfect, and it always has been. There has never been a time that I have checked in and gotten an answer and wished that I hadn't checked in for that answer. It always unfolds exactly as it is meant to, and I trust that more and more. But it is totally okay if you are somebody who is not checking in or getting the teachings around the idea of checking in, right? Those are just healing opportunities. After a while, we get used to them. And I am definitely a person who got really triggered by, oh my God, I keep getting it wrong. So, checking in. Is it yours to do? Is it something that you're doing now? Is this the next step in whatever project you're working on? I have had a stool in my bathroom for 15 years. Now, one might say it's just not important to me what color the stool is and what the fabric is like. But in the last few months, I've been like seeing it with a different color fabric and seeing it painted. And I just kept, every once in a while, like I sit on that stool every single morning. I'm like, am I doing something with that now? Nope. Okay. And just let it go. How do you know if something is worth asking a soul about prior to proceeding? Let's stop for a moment and ask that. How do you know if it's something worth asking your soul about? Well, it depends where you are on your journey. It depends where you are in your life. Like people who are just starting to connect with their higher selves could have a lot of times that they just go unconscious to asking the question. Is that wrong? Are they screwing it up? Not at all. We can't screw it up. Can you be somebody who asks about every single thing? I guess you could. Yeah, you could. And you want to check in about checking in. Do I need to check in about this? Do I need to ask my higher self? Now, there are lots of times I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm going to get my hair cut. Should I get my hair cut short? Should I get it cut styled this way? Should I get it done that way? And I ask the question. I sit. Usually I'm sitting right outside here, and I ask the question, what am I going to do with my hair? And I pick up my phone and I start scanning pictures, looking at different things and asking. And when I'm asking, it looks like I'm talking to myself, right? Oh, do I like that? No, I don't like that. Oh, do I like that? That's kind of cute. Okay, let me save that, right? I am going through the process. When I am having a conversation with me, I'm having a conversation with my higher self. We are our higher self. We are exactly the same. It is not like my soul is standing over here and my personality is standing over here, and we can certainly have different answers, but I am my soul. So when I'm busy having a conversation about what my hair is going to look like, that is me talking to myself, right? It is. And sometimes I get no answer. Like, I don't think my soul cares what my hair looks like, what color my hair is. In fact, I think sometimes my higher self is like, you go for it. I'm not thinking it's going to look good, but you go for it, right? So, yeah. Sometimes you check in and you get nothing. We often talk about that being like crickets, right? That, like, I check in, I'm like, what am I doing with my hair? I get nothing. Okay, I'll go do what I want, and how that all unfolds is perfect. I love that. Every once in a while, every once in a while, when I am sure of something, I'll still ask, and I'll hear, really? You already know that, right? Sometimes I hear laughter. I ask a question again and again and again to check that I really heard the way I heard it, and I hear laughter. I am aware of laughter going on in my head, and I'm like, all right, I guess that means I asked too many times. Is it wrong? No. Just what happens, right? Jill, it is 100% absolutely possible that you are in your knowing and you don't check in. That is possible, absolutely. This is what I'm doing next. This is how I'm moving through my day. This is what I'm doing. And we have things that we do regularly that we don't need to stop and check in. I don't need to ask if I need to make the bed, or if I need to go to the grocery store, if I'm going to work, right? Those are things that I do, and my higher self is not trying to manage my whole life. Let's move those ideas that we have, that if we connect in with our higher selves, it's gonna try to run our lives. Higher self's not interested in that. Your higher self, my higher self, has the big picture of our lives, understands the agreements that we are here to have, understands the process that we are going through on a big picture basis. Our higher selves are not like, yeah, you need to check in about the groceries. Now, if I were at the grocery store and I was standing in front of some vegetables and I'm like, do we need these? I can ask my higher self, do we need these? I might get an answer, I might not. And I always am entertained with questions like that, because more often than not, I am spot on. I ask the question, do we need these? No. Okay, I'm going to trust that, and off I go. And then when I get home, I realize that we had 2 of them already. It was exactly perfect. There is a lot of trust involved in connecting with your higher self. You can keep asking for more trust, more open communication, more clearer channels. And while we're talking, you are absolutely getting gifted with more clear channels. So, what do we have? We have some orbs. Hey, feel free to gather some orbs coming in. And I'm going to put those right here. The spot right in here is part of your claircognizant channels, and I've been gifting them like crazy so that I have more information. Nicole, I love that you asked that question about your partner, right? So, how do we work in partnership with someone else? Now, I am both married and have a business partner. And there are times when I get information that is in conflict with my partner, whichever one I'm talking about. And so I have gotten into the habit of asking the question, can you check in about whether we are doing A? And I am in the habit more and more about very specifically asking the question that I am asking me. So, here's my example for you. My business partner, Kat, and I got this information that we were having a party. And so I texted Kat and said, I'm seeing a party on Friday, a pool party. What are you seeing? And Kat checked in and saw a pool party on Friday. Now, we both got the same information, and then I asked my higher self, where is the pool party? And I got conflicting information. I got conflicting information. It's here, it's at my friend's house. It's here at my house, it's at my friend's house. It's here, it's at my friend's house. So I texted my friend, who texted back to me, are you sure your friends want to come to a party? I didn't ask that question. I didn't ask if there was a possibility that somebody wouldn't want to come to a party. Oh, now let me ask that question. So I asked that question. I got one answer. Kat got another answer. What do? I ask for a healing. Kat asks for a healing. Please let me clear my channels. Let me give myself a healing. Let me ask to be more clear about the question. Ask again. We still haven't gotten the same answer, so we just keep waiting for the information to drop in clearly. When you're working with somebody else, when you're in relationship with somebody else, you're in relationship. You can ask for a healing on that relationship. You can ask for a healing for the other person. You can ask for a healing for yourself. Ask to move whatever blockage is getting in the way. That's completely fair, right? We want to have the same information. I don't want to railroad my husband into doing something that he's a no for. I want to check in and see if I'm a no for that as well. Yeah, we're in a relationship. So, there are 3 portals of light here today. it's like 3 cylinders, 3 containers of light here. And you can ask for any one of those portals of light. You can ask to sit in any one of those portals of light. One of them is a lot of worthiness, right? That worthiness, that resurrection frequency is the frequency of worth, of claiming your worth, of knowing you are worthy. And sometimes we get stuck in the, why would my higher self talk to me? I'm not enough. Those kinds of ideas and thoughts. And so you might just want to meander over and sit in that resurrection portal of light, just to help move more of those ideas that you aren't enough, that your higher self wouldn't talk to you, that you're not worth the time, however that is that shows up for you. Good morning, Dunya. You can do that. The second portal of light is a portal of light that is truth. Truth, that gold frequency. That one's always awesome. I'm always like, yes, I want to see things in their truth. I want to have more truth to work with, to operate from. You can just meander over there. Don't worry, your higher self is gathering everything that it wants anyway. And that third portal of light is union, the union frequency. And what I love about union frequency is it helps strengthen the braid between you and your higher self. That braid between personality, body, higher self, source. Isn't that cool? Yeah, the more that we strengthen the braid, the more that we know that we are our higher selves, that we are here to connect with the direction of our higher self that has the bigger picture. Isn't that cool? I just love that. I go, yes, 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 let's have more of that. Let's absolutely have more of that. So we did talk about checking in, and we talked about sometimes getting a no, sometimes it being a very clear no. And we did talk about what it's like to be in relationship with someone else and getting differing answers, right? How about, anybody ever have this one? You start a project and then you don't finish it? I have started 4 projects this week. I told you I was working on this bench, and then I started writing a children's book, and I got the first 4 pages of a children's book, and then nothing. Actually, not nothing. What I actually saw was that spinning circle that we get on our phones. Right, that spinning circle that's like waiting, 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 waiting. And I was like, what in the world is that? Eventually, 2 days later, I saw that this is going to come in pieces. And I got the first piece, and then I'll get another piece, and then I'll get another piece. There's more of that trust, right? Trusting that it's not like I've been abandoned. It's not that I'm like willy-nilly starting stuff and not finishing it. It's just, this is what I needed right now. In fact, what happened with that was that I pulled that information into Canva and started creating the pages in Canva. And I had the chance to share that idea with my son, who has been kind of stuck in, how do I create a children's book? Because I don't know how to draw. I'm not sure about how to get an illustrator because. So I got that piece of information, not only for myself, but also for somebody around me. And you will discover that happens as well. And it's an opportunity for me to get off my thought process that I need to start a project and finish a project. Start a project and finish a project, right? My teaching is following my higher self. Okay, we're going to start this. I don't need to know how that's all going to work. Okay, we're going to start this. But wait, I started this one. Trust, trust, trust. Be okay with how it unfolds. Be okay with what happens in the moment. Be okay with who you are and know you are exactly who you are meant to be. You're not doing it wrong. You're not making a mistake. You are getting a healing. All of those things. Trust it, trust it, trust it. Lots of green sparks, gold sparks. So, we are under the new moon. The new moon has a new frequency called hope. Oh my God, it's so fabulous. I love that hope is on the planet. It no longer feels like an empty statement. I hope that happens. Now it's like, hope, it's right there. And hope is that resurrection, that sapphire blue, the truth frequency, that gold, and the magic frequency, the green sparks. It's green sparks and gold sparks and sapphire blue, hope. Wow, it's such an awesome, awesome thing. Such an awesome thing. So, anybody have any other questions about their higher selves? Have any conflicts with your higher self? Everybody's trusting that we're all doing it exactly right. No, but that's okay. It's all right. That's how it works. There are lots of times that I do not trust the information that I'm getting. And those are more low frequencies that I am moving out. I have spent a lot of time, and Nicole and people who are in my class can tell you how many times I was like, what color is the orb? It's green. No, it's blue. No, it's purple. Oh, for God's sakes, what color is it? Well, in truth, orbs can be all of those colors because the energy moves so fast. It is not just one color. When I ask you to look at an orb and tell me what color yours is, it's what color it's in the moment. It's what color your higher self is showing you. Is it just that? No. It's lots of stuff. So see, we just have to trust more that we're getting the information that we're meant to get. And when we move enough of that fear out, we're happy to move more fear in the temporal lobes and more fear in the frontal lobes for all of us. Then we go, oh, I was right a lot more than I thought I was. So I was just like going, oh, let me see, did I get all my notes? Yes, I did. I got all my notes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I get to write notes. I'm so excited that I get to chat with all of you. I am thrilled with that hope frequency being on the planet. And I'm really really excited about everything that is unfolding as we move forward. It's really quite magical. And so, with this last download of light and healing alchemy, I want to send you all huge love and blessings, huge gifts of light and joy and trust and union and truth and worthiness. You are worthy of everything that comes your way. You are worthy of all of the joy and all of the love, and it's right there for each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being the light that you are. Thank you. Have a great Sunday.